I'm at the M4Jam launch and I'm standing outside with Andre, who's a self-proclaimed chief jammer, aka the CEO of M4Jam. Hello, thank you for standing out here with me.
Thanks very much, thanks for chatting.
Great, well why don't you briefly introduce us to M4Jam?
M4Jam is really simple. It's any job that you can do on your cell phone in under 10 minutes. What we do is we have a client that has a business problem. We solve that business problem by breaking it up into small bite-sized chunks, and we then serve those little tasks or jobs to our community on M4Jam. Once they complete the job, they then send it back to us. We do a quality check on it, submit it to the client for a quality check. If it passes that quality check, 48 hours we issue payment, and the jammer or jobber gets paid.
Well, that sounds like it's a very easy way to make money. Now, when you talk about these jobs, can you give us some examples of what the jobs would be?
Sure. So on the platform at the moment, we have brand activation jobs where companies want to find out what you think of their brand.
Okay.
We have outdoor media audits. Drive down the road, take a picture of a billboard that is there. If you have a look at the billboard, what product is in it? Would you buy that product? Would you recommend that product to a friend? Through to point of interest validation. Arrive at this street address, number 15 Jubilee, take a picture of Moyo Conference Centre, type in the address, add in the URL, cell phone number, and then submit.
Wow.
Those are the types of jobs and simple market research.
So it's simple jobs you can do. Now, what kind of money are you getting for these jobs? They take about 5 to 10 minutes to do? Okay. What kind of money are you getting for these jobs?
So the price range of jobs on the platform at the moment range from 15 Rand for a survey to 25 Rand for point of interest validation.
Okay.
And the level of complexity is obviously associated with the higher paying jobs.
All right, so maybe the more you use the app, do you get to make more money, or how does that work?
Yes, so over time you'll obviously make more money by doing jobs, but we're not a permanent workforce. We never intended it to be used as such. What we are is as a complementary workforce.
Yeah.
So to try and make ends meet on a monthly basis, we offer you a bit of extra income, so we're hoping that we'll be able to provide, 3 to 4 to 500 Rand a month into some people's pockets to make ends meet.
Now, how long has the app been up and running?
We went live on the 11th of August, so it's...
So very brand new. Now, how many people have you had sign up? How many jobs have you had done?
So when we launched, we had over 100,000 jobs on platform. We've nearly completed those in the first week.
So how much money is that you've given away?
As of Friday last week, we people had earned about 350,000 Rand.
What? That's
in 1 week.
Insane. Now, I have to ask you, WeChat is very popular, but it seems like here in South Africa, more people have WhatsApp. And why did you choose to go with WeChat?
So we looked at all options, from Mixer to WhatsApp to Facebook to WeChat, and we had a look at the functionality that we wanted, and WeChat was the only platform that really had the functionality that we were looking for. I'd worked with WeChat previously and then went and met with Brett Loebscher. He was looking from a different way to differentiate the platform.
Yeah.
He backed us. So we said, okay, in turn for doing that, we'll give you a window of exclusivity, and that's where we're working at the moment. And so far, it's been a great relationship.
What are some of those functionalities?
So the ability to take a photo, compress that photo so you don't use that much data to upload it. Another one is a location pin, to be able to drop a location that we can geotag where an individual is. And then I guess the others do have it, but what we liked is the style of communication within WeChat, that it's a question, answer.
Yeah.
And the ability for us to own what we build within that structure. And that was very important to us.
Okay, great. Now, what's the longevity of something like M4Jam? How long do you see it working
We hopefully see it as a long-term solution. We've already been asked to roll out into 10 other countries.
Wow.
We had a very interesting meeting today, in fact, with a team that has been pulled together from the Minister of Health around how can this solution be used to raise awareness around AIDS, to improve testing on AIDS, and also to improve compliance.
Wow.
We've also got a number of companies speaking to us around how can we use this from an education perspective. So a simple example, last week, as a startup, you're going to have hiccups.
Yeah.
One of the challenges we faced was our pay outlets hadn't been trained as effectively as they could have been. As a result of that, there were a couple of people complaining. So what we said is let's hit this with a couple of strategies. Number one is we posted how to get paid properly, the training manual for the tellers, out into social. We then put a job on platform that said, here you are, this is how their training manual works, this is what you would do, and these are the questions you had to ask. And we ran a survey. If a person failed the question, they had to start again. So it was a question, answer, right, wrong, etc. And then they cashed out. And in order to do that, you had to go to a teller and tell them what to do.
Wow. So training for everybody, really.
We used the crowd to tactically train a corporate, which I think is a great example.
Intelligent. Now, I actually had never heard of microjobbing before. Is this something they're doing in other countries in the world, or are you pioneers in the
No. We're not pioneers. There's multiple solutions out there. If you have a look at the different solutions, there's Fiverr, Gigwalk, Mechanical Turk, TaskRabbit, etc. So it's a well-known phenomenon.
Okay.
We engaged with a number of them to understand their business models and to see if there were synergies, and we actually walked away with one fundamental difference. All of them are apps or solutions that you've got to go to that destination only to see it. And we said we're going to break that conversation by becoming a platform as a service. And we took that and we said, well, WeChat's our destination, plug into WeChat as a platform as a service, and we become part of the community and the conversation, instead of having a standalone app that you never use.